Today my goal will be to replace the OEM power steering reservoir by this one. I don't know if you saw 3 or 4 videos before this one. I had a bunch of problems, so fan burnt and some other stuff, right? Had a overheating problem here, actually air on the fan and whatever, right? But for this video, the cap is broken. Check it out. Somehow I can move it, so I'm not sure when it broke from the time I disassembled the engine and put it back together, but it's leaking oil, leaking fluid. So I got this new one, which is aluminum, super light. Sorry, my mouth is screwed up. Super light. So I'm going to remove this and do a good test fitting in here to see if this fits there properly. This here, on the other hand, I want to replace that, but man, this fits so well between everything here. I'm not sure what I can do to replace that. So if you know, make a comment down here. Send me some links of products that I can use and where I would relocate. Okay, so first thing, we're going to remove this coolant thing out of the way. I have some paper here because it was leaking, so I left it behind. We're going to remove those two. Actually, let's remove all of them. This is a 10 millimeter and the two 12 millimeter, if I'm not wrong. Yep. There we go. 1 and 2. Well, since I'm here, I'm going to remove this bracket too, which is for the coolant, which also is great because it was leaking oil, so this has oil in here. Alright, I tried a few things, nothing worked. So I got a hose from my vacuum hose I had and a syringe. So what I'm going to do is put way down there, bring the syringe up, and carefully putting on a bucket. I don't have anything better to put, so I'm going to do that with all the liquid, and then I'm going to disconnect the hoses. Alright, took me like probably 10 minutes, and this is how much it came out. So, okay, so now safely I can remove those hoses and nothing is going to happen. There's a clamp up here. I'm going to push that down. Usually it requires a little wiggling. Yep, that's good already. Alright. Woo! There you go. It is out. Now let's put the new one and see what happens. So this is what I'm going to follow. This here has one thick and one small. And where's the other one? Here. And also has one thick, one small. I was trying to figure it out looking inside, which one would go where, and same thing in here. But I mean, it's kind of weird. So I am going to plug the thick one and the thick one and the other one on the other one. So sizes are almost same. Look at this. I thought it was way bigger, but it actually is basically the same. It's a little bit thicker. It's a little bit the circumference. It's definitely bigger, but the size, how tall it is and all that stuff exactly the same. It's going to be located a little higher than this one because this one has 90 degrees and this one does not. So we don't want that pipe to kink. So I'm going to get my small screwdriver. I never had a big screwdriver like this. So I'm super happy. I keep using this for everything now. I got a pipe which is 3/4 the internal diameter, inside diameter, and I had this fitting here which is 3/4, and it goes to, it's a little more than a half. I don't know what is that, and that goes on this guy here. So I need a 90 degree because I want the 90 degree to go on the bottom like this, and I need another 90 degree for this line here, and then it goes and will match this guy here. So the 90 degrees will allow me to keep this guy up like this and not kink the cable as I'm turning, because if you look at the OEM, it's all like this, right? So it's all good, no kinking, no nothing. This one is pointing down, which means that my pipe is going to do like this. So I need this 90 degree angle to be sure that everything is going to perform correctly. I end up heating this up just a little bit. Of course, not enough to damage the hose, and I twist this as much as I could. Of course it's not a barb, it's a thread, so I end up doing that. I just did that because I had this at home. And my plan now is I am going to put the other end in here, so that way I have my first L-shape L connector in here, and this here goes in the hose I have in there. And I gotta do the same thing on the other one, which is this here. So I have the 1/2 inch, and I also have in this case is a barb one. The other one doesn't work because it steps down, since this one is larger than the OEM. So yeah, so you see, this is the OEM, and you see that it almost can fit inside. So the OEM is a little bit smaller. This is the same size, so you're good there. So I didn't make the video of me doing that because I didn't know if it was going to work, and you know how it goes, right? So I'm gonna cut right here, and just like that, it's cut. So now we're gonna do like this. I think I might need to keep this one closer, so I'm gonna do like that. Push this in, but before pushing in, I'm gonna put another one of those and push. So yeah, it's still a little wiggle, a little room here, so I can make it smaller if I want to. I think this height is great, to be honest. I'm gonna show you in a minute. So I'm pointing this in a way that I'll be able to, with a screwdriver if I need to, come here and unbolt it, right? I guess we have enough bad experience, meaning that oh, I'm gonna do this right now and then I'll fix later. No, fix later doesn't work, because then you gotta disassemble the whole car, take the engine out of the car for something stupid. So nope, I am going to do it only once. If you see down here, I'll be able to put this in here. This is gonna turn, be like that, like this, and it goes like that. Alright, so this thing is like, you gotta start and don't stop until it goes all the way to the bottom, because if you do, it kind of gets cold. I don't know what the deal is, but then it doesn't go anymore. I'm gonna put in here, so we're gonna get this one. I'm gonna kind of do like this. I don't want this to be too dysfunctional. Alright, art is done right there. So this here goes up or upright right in here. I'm going to clean the area here because there was some oil leaking, and I just don't want to leave like that. So I'm gonna clean all of that, and when I'm coming back to this thing here, we are going to connect the tiny one in here, and I'm gonna move this guy all the way down. They're gonna be close to each other, and I'm gonna connect the other one right in there. So I'm gonna use my Christmas tree bit, and this is awesome. And I'm going to, without forcing too much, just push it through. There you go. And that might be enough. Alright, my camera just died, but there you go. That was enough. I didn't need to force too much. It didn't take a lot of material. Okay, so I wasn't happy with the space I had here to play with, and I ended up cutting this hose out. So basically it's the evap system. I can remove the hose and reuse this little thing in here. Here says how many PSIs, but I can't quite see it. I think it's going to be easy to research. So without that hose in there, let's see what I have. We got to release this a little bit here. Just a little bit. It wasn't all the way. And I'm going to put this in there. And then from here I can play with this thing as much as I need, because I know that this is going to fit in there. So okay, so that's that. And this is pretty much what I need here. Alright, so I did it. This time it looks nice. So the only thing missing now is that one line there, which is the this guy here, evap service port. If I'm not wrong, this is the air conditioner, something related. I am going to get new hoses, and it doesn't look like this is a extreme PSI hose, so probably these ones I have will be much more than enough. So I might just make a larger one that goes from one side to the other like this, so I don't need to work on this tight space. Yeah, see, that's that looks great. Clamp, good to go. And so I'm gonna make that some time later. There you go. So it's a OEM, not OEM. So the only thing is, I might need to push this a tiny bit that way, or this a tiny bit more this way, so I can just have a little clearance in there. Otherwise this is going to be hot. I don't want this to touch that. So yeah, I don't think whatever we do now, it won't be a big deal. I just need a little clamp in there. Also forgot, or it was gone, but it looks much better. In general, that was so ugly. And if you know, yeah, I think I have some room in there to go down a little if I need to. As you can see, I have a lot of room, to be honest. Yeah, look. So I might be able to go a lot lower than that. So we have a little more clearance with my hood in here. Alright, one more fix done. So, leaking power steering fluid from the lid fixed. This was making everything hot, but got that guy. I also fixed the hoses for the boost controller and the fan that was melted, and dang, the downpipe. And now there was one more thing. Oh, I also put this thing here that I don't need to have the 4-bar map, but I'm gonna do it anyway. But it is there for now. Yeah, dude, I don't think I have much more to accomplish besides yeah, start giving life back to this thing, you know. But it's a little dusty because it's been sitting out there for a while. Maybe we need to clean the lanes once more, or get a new one. I don't know yet. But I'm going to start installing those lights so I can run this at night, or at least when it gets dark, which is 3:30 p.m. in here. There's that bar which is down there. It goes right in here. I'll need to cut the bar because of the intercooler. I'm also going to paint car mods in here on the intercooler, and then we are ready to roll, man. So if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. I'm almost done. I am not going to wait to finish those things here to go tune. So we're gonna rock and see if whatever we can do. I'm just trying to take as many problems as I can away, so when we go tuning, we're gonna tune and nothing's going to happen. Because, you know, if you have an oil leak when you're tuning and your engine runs out of oil, then we're screwed. There was an oil leak behind the engine from the oil pressure, and also I end up putting this 90 degrees, so now I can shut the hood and all that stuff. Nice. And yeah, you know the drill. Like, comment, share. Check out my website. I have a bunch of merch in there. Flip-flops related to this engine. You know, the block and all that stuff. Check it out. Just check it out, just for fun. Thank you all for getting all those t-shirts. Like every day I get a lot. Sorry for the noise. Like I'm checking on my son right here because he's sick, and I'm just being sure that he is alright, because if he cries, I gotta take my gloves, go upstairs. You know, just normal life. And alright, and you know how it goes. After this video, I'll see you on the next one.
Look past my face. See status. I'm eating some McDonald's.